All right, Sean Wayman Fishing here. We're going to do a quick video on tying a finesse jig. What you need to tie a jig: fly vise, bobbin with some fly tying thread, your material, which we will be using living rubber and a little bit of silicone. So we start out just attaching the thread, and you want to kind of run back over it. So start it with a few loops and then freaking hold your tab to the side and run over it. This will lock it in place so you don't have to use glue. If you want to, you can use some super glue. I don't like to. It's not necessary. If you do it, you got to let it dry. Then we get our material. I'm going to cut about a 6-inch piece of this living rubber. Then I'm going to tear it into 3 strips. They don't have to be equal, but close is good. Then I'll usually look for the wider one, and I'll start with that one. So I take it, put it around the thread in half, but a little shorter to the front. Then I'll position it where I want it, and then slowly pull that around. And if you have it tight enough, it's going to want to fold back. That also is what helps it puff when we separate it. You'll see when we're done here. Okay, the next piece is going to go on top, and I'm just going to split it a little bit here and then back here. And the reason I'm doing that is just put it over the hook eye and the hook. It'll kind of help hold it in place, if you will. Go a little lighter so it rubber stays in place, and then snug it a bit. Now I don't count how many loops I'm doing there. I don't know, 5, 6. I know I had a piece of silicone here a minute ago. So I'll take a tab of the silicone skirt, tear it in half. I'm not looking for a lot of color out of this, just a little contrast, make it kind of stand out. Hold it in place there. Do a light one just the way to the bobbin. Another light one, then I'll snug it up a little bit. You can, at this point, you can take your skirt and you can kind of position it, okay? And then we're going to snug it. Now the silicone wants to bunch up as you snug it. All right, that's all there is to it. Tie a couple knots. This is just a quick overhand knot. In the past, I've always just done a single overhand knot, but recently I've been doing a couple overhands and then a double. So go over and then put a second one in there. Got that from Joseph Orozco. Hopefully I'm doing it right. I don't know. They're not slipping, they're holding just fine. So snug it down, then I'll do 2 more single overhand knots. Then we're good. Trim your tab off. Cut your skirt. You got to pull it tight for the living rubber. Not too tight, but and then it'll snap out as you cut it. There you have it. One finesse jig. Okay, then I'll just trim it to wherever you want it. The front's generally pretty good, but you can trim it up however you want. And it looks like that. And that looks like it's ready for a trailer. Where do I get the material? You can buy all of this stuff off of tacklewarehouse.com. This came from silicone skirts or siliconetabs.com. The living rubber I buy on a roll. That's a 1 pound roll. That came from livingrubber.com. You can also buy stuff at fishingskirts.com. These are 10 strips in a pack. If you're making a jig just out of the silicone, you're generally going to use about 3 full tabs. And that is our finesse jig. Sean Waitman Fishing. If you have any tips for me, questions, please leave them in the comments. I will get back to you. Fish on. Have a great day.